Before James Gunn can build his new DC universe, we have to perform an autopsy on the old one. The DCEU is dead. But how did it die? This isn't just a story about a few bad movies. It's a story of a fractured vision, a studio that lost its nerve, and how one of the most famous cinematic universes in the world completely fell apart. The success of Man of Steel set everything in motion. Director Zack Snyder planned a 5-film saga, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and a 3-part Justice League trilogy, featuring Darkseid as the ultimate villain. But very quickly, things started to go off the rails. The reception to Batman v Superman was deeply divided, and Warner Brothers panicked. They ordered massive reshoots for Suicide Squad to make the film lighter and more like Marvel. As a result, the film lost its identity. In The Flash, it entered a years-long production hell that resulted in a mess of a movie. Essentially, Warner Brothers, which had initially believed in its dark and serious approach, suddenly decided to copy the Marvel formula. This was something Snyder did not want to do. Unfortunately, tragedy struck. In March 2017, Zack Snyder's daughter took her own life. He understandably left the Justice League project to be with his family. Joss Whedon, the director of the first 2 Avengers films, was brought in to finish the movie. Disgusted with the final theatrical version, Snyder eventually published his original script online, revealing the existence of what fans would later call the Snyder Cut. And this is where the DC fandom fractured between those who supported Snyder's vision and those who were ready to move on. Aquaman was released shortly after and rode the wave of Justice League's momentum to become the biggest box office success of the entire DCU. But after that, it was a chain of failures and industrial catastrophes, leading to a total collapse with The Flash and Aquaman 2. But in the middle of all that chaos, a small hope was reborn. Even though most people agree the first Suicide Squad was a disaster, one character was a massive hit: Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. After her next film, Birds of Prey, Warner Brothers gave a mission to James Gunn, who had just been temporarily fired by Marvel, to make his own version of the Suicide Squad. The studio loved his work so much so that they eventually offered him the keys to the entire kingdom, rebuild everything, and create a new universe. In the meantime, Warner decided to definitively bury the DCU. It was at the same time that James Gunn officially accepted the job as the co-head of the new DC studios. But he didn't come alone. He's partnered with Peter Safran, who handles the business side, while Gunn oversees all things creative.